Hello, welcome back to another video. Today's video I'm going to be on Blackout, and today I was going to make a sort of Blackout review video, but the problem is it's just too good right now, and they keep evolving the game, and every time I write a list of things that I do and don't like and what I think could change, they do it the next day. So unfortunately I cannot make that video yet. So what I've decided to do is postpone that video a bit and wait for the Blackout beta to completely conclude and then do a review afterwards, which I think is probably a best idea anyway, because then you're getting the full Blackout experience like review instead of just the first few days. So I think that's a good idea, but let me know what you guys think anyway. So in today's video I'm going to be doing something else, which is going to be comparing Fortnite to Blackout. Now, I know what you're thinking, that's just suicide, because Fortnite's always going to be the bigger platform. And you're right, yeah, Fortnite is always going to be a bigger game. And, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, sorry, the gameplay in the background you're watching is a solo squad's victory. So enjoy that while we're talking about this. So, basically, Fortnite is obviously going to be always bigger. And that's not because Blackout's worse, but mainly because Fortnite has a more cartoon, I don't know, look to it, aesthetic. So obviously it encourages a lot more players that are younger and things like that. It's a lot less gory, so obviously younger children are allowed to play. And the main point is it's across every single platform, and it's totally free. And obviously Blackout cannot compare to that when it's not a free game, and that's fair enough, you know. I'm not doing it based on price or how popular it's going to be. I'm going to do it in quality. Now, Blackout is a completely different battle royale to Fortnite. So now anyone's going to compare them directly is just stupid, because that's what I'm going to try and do, but it's almost impossible. So I'm going to try and like break it down to its simplest forms. So to be honest, Blackout is closer to PUBG than Fortnite, but I'm going to do it against Fortnite today. Maybe I'll make another video comparing Fortnite to PUBG, but I haven't really ever played PUBG, so there's no point in me doing that. Whereas I have days played on Fortnite, so it's a better comparison for me. So Fortnite is a great game. Like, I love playing with friends, but there's a lot of problems with it. Now, I'm not going to get into all the problems today, but I'm going to do the ones that correspond to Blackout. So the things I like that Blackout does correctly better than Fortnite is, one, it rewards accuracy. Now that's a huge point for me, because it's a first person shooter and it's 100% accuracy. If you are an accurate player, you're going to be rewarded. Now, I have absolutely no idea why Fortnite, a shooter game at its base, is using a bloom system, a random generated system, which is absolutely stupid. Like, I still think it's absolutely ridiculous to this day. But anyway, that's not going to change, to be honest. It's not going to. No matter how many people want to say it will or don't want it to be how it is, it won't change. They're not going to change it. So there's nothing we can do about that. But that's what I love about Blackout, is that it does reward accuracy. Now, I understand that in Blackout, it might be a bit easier, but a lot of people are saying it's easier than Fortnite, but I really don't think that's the case. I think it's mainly just the fact that you're able to hit more shots because it's more accurate, and that doesn't make it easier. It just means that it's a better, in my opinion, a better shooter game. So anyway, another thing that I absolutely love about Blackout is, now this was a bit controversial because I don't know, it's a lot of people are still getting used to it, I guess, which is the wingsuiting. I absolutely love that. It's a really great skill gap. Now, it's something that you have to really master, and I really do like the idea of it, because I mean, in Fortnite, your parachute seems to glide you forever, which is just not how it is in real life, you know? That's just not the case. Well, I guess it could be in some points, but it's not going to be able to close it, redeploy it again and again and again, like they do in Fortnite. I know it's only a cartoon game, but I'm trying to make a point that Blackout does it a lot better in my opinion, and I really like the wingsuit and the redeployability of the wingsuit as well. I really am a fan of that. Now, I'm going to say something that I think Fortnite does better. Now, obviously I can't say for sure because Blackout's not fully out and it's only a beta, and I'm not going to count the amount of updates that it's doing in the beta compared to how it will in the full game. So, Fortnite, it updates very frequently. It technically updates every day, but that's not with new items a lot of the time. That's just refreshing the items shop. But either way, it's very, very frequent with updates, and I think that's something that Blackout really needs to try and get a hold on as well. I really think that that's something that they need to try and do. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the case or not, but the only thing I could think to counter the updates that Blackout needs is it really doesn't need them as much as Fortnite, in my opinion, because you think Fortnite, there's not really much to do as far as grinding goes, because in my personal opinion, I love grinding for things in game, you know? I really like just going for long sessions and just grinding out something, whereas in Fortnite, I just found myself not being able to do anything, you know, there's nothing to do. That's why I didn't play the game for like 6-7 weeks, and then I just did all the challenges in like 3 days or so. And that's the problem. The challenges are so easy, and they only happen like once every 3 weeks. I know there's the dailies, but that you can get those over in a game, you know. Then I don't even count those. But Blackout, it was going to have so many more challenges and so many more things to go for that it's just going to be already way more exciting. And like that's why it doesn't need to be updated as much as Fortnite, because it's just got way more going on, in my opinion. Now the next thing is going to be the vehicles. So as you guys already know, Blackout has, I think, 5 vehicles. It has the ATV, has the cargo truck, the boat, and the heli. No, that's only 4. Well, it has 4 vehicles in the beta at least. Now, obviously, I think they've already said they're going to add more vehicles, and they're obviously going to add more guns, more characters, and everything like that. But the vehicles in Blackout just feel so good. They're really well balanced, in my opinion. You know, they're not like super strong. A lot of them have their weaknesses, but I really do think they're at a good point. Whereas in Fortnite, they just sort of feel not really needed. Now, I know that they're just meant to be a sort of mess around in Fortnite, but at the same time, I think the developers seem to not think you need them, but in my opinion, it just makes the game so much better. Like, going from Fortnite to Blackout, it's just, I don't know, like with Blackout and the storm's miles away, you're like, oh, okay, let's just find a vehicle. You can pop engineer, find a vehicle, and get going, you know? You don't have to wait ages walking. It's not like you're going to die in the storm, it just takes ages to walk. Whereas in Fortnite, if you're not in a specific location, and the RNG has gifted you with an ATV, or ATK, or whatever they're calling that game, then you're going to be just walking for ages. And I just feel like, I know there's rifts and things like that, but they're not really consistent, so I don't really count those, but I don't know, that's just something of my personal preference. That's why I really like Soaring 50s, just because it really feels like you can just get around the map so much quicker, and just, I don't know, I just think it's such a great game mode. And I really hope that they add a 50v50 or 25v25v25 sort of game mode to Blackout on its full release, which I'm sure they'll do, because they've already added 2 new game modes during the beta alone, so they're clearly looking into it, so I'm really excited for what they have to offer. The last thing I'm going to be saying in this video is quite a big one, that's why I left it to the end, and it's going to be quite obvious, and that's graphics. So, a lot of people have been saying how Blackout does not look great, it's not a pretty game, and things like that, but I play on a normal PS4, you know, the PS4 from 2013, I play on that, and in my opinion, Blackout looks great. I really, really like the aesthetic, and this is only a beta, remember. If you even compare it to Fortnite, if you go from Blackout to Fortnite, it will make you sick. I'm not joking. The graphics are so much better in Blackout, and I don't know how people can argue that it's bad. It's really, really good in my opinion, and this is only a beta. Can you imagine when the full game's out? I mean, you looked when Fortnite was first released, and the graphics for months were disgusting, and yet people still played it, you know? People didn't whine about it, but they still seem to find a way for Blackout. Now, I understand Blackout is made by Treyarch, which is owned by, like, publishing is by Activision, and a huge company and all, and people really expect high expectations, but at the end of the day, this is only a beta. We're only getting a tiny glimpse of what Blackout's going to be like. It's going to be a great, great game mode. And the one thing I really hope they do is keep the FPS super smooth like it's been in the beta, because I have had no problems with stuttering or anything like that. I've really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed the beta. So the thing I think that would make Blackout just that ever little bit more popular and just better in general is going to be that when it's released, they don't release it with Black Ops 4. Now, I think that's probably a bit of a weird thing to say considering it's Black Ops 4's Blackout, but I think they should be able to release it separately for those who want just the Blackout mode. Now, I don't know if I'm just going out on a limb here, but I really think that would be a great idea for the developers to do, because then those that don't want to buy the rest of the game and just want the Blackout, they can get it. And maybe there should be an upgradable thing where once you've bought Blackout, and if you want, oh, I want the multiplayer now after I really like this, you could pay like another £10 or £15 and then upgrade to the multiplayer. And then if you're like, oh, I really like the zombies aspect, you can buy another £10, like a DLC almost, to then eventually get to the full price of having the whole game. That's what I really think they should do, because there's going to be a lot of people that are new to Call of Duty because of this Battle Royale, that only want to play the Battle Royale. So I think that's what we should allow them to do by just buying it straight up. Now, if you guys agree with what I've said in this video and you really like this video and you want to see more like this, please leave a like and a comment saying so. But until next video, guys, peace.